Hi, I'm Score. I'm here with my co-host Jahanzeb. We are on episode 10 of Players vs. Platinum, the podcast, and I have a question for you. Do you care about trophy milestones? What is your proudest trophy milestone? And what is your upcoming milestone? And how do you choose your next milestone game? The answer to these questions are just around the corner. Let's get into it. Today we discuss trophy milestones. Jahanzeb, when did you notice trophy milestones for the first time?
I have, I guess, two answers. I think you mean the traditional PSN profiles trophy milestones, right?
When did you become aware of the fact? Because I didn't knew about them for a very long
I
time.
this is a bit bizarre, but in my first 10 platinums, when I was heading towards number 10, don't ask me why, but 10 is my favorite number. It's probably a
It,
football thing. It's an
it's
important number in football.
cool number, cool number.
Yeah. So when I was approaching 10, in my head I was like, "Oh, what should be my 10th platinum?" And I don't think I had a PSN profile account by now. So
Yeah.
I was just a basic, simple, innocent trophy hunter, like we all used to be. And I think I was playing Toulouse 2, and I'd finished Far Cry 5, but as I'd learnt platinum hunting, I wanted to go back and get that platinum, and I love that game. And
Yeah.
I chose Far Cry 5 as my 10th platinum. I think, in retrospect, I should have maybe picked Toulouse 2 because I don't have a Toulouse milestone, but anyway. So I picked Far Cry 5 just for my own records. And then I got onto the PSN Profiles website, and I don't know where I was. I was probably, I think, probably in the 20s of platinums. I started looking at the 20s or 30s. I started looking
Yeah.
at the side bit, and I was like, what is all this? Because I saw some of my trophies then. I was like, what is this? And then I saw that they do,
Yeah.
I think they did 25th maybe or something. No, I think they had 20th and 30th.
Yeah, I think it was 10 until 50.
Yeah, which had I known, I would have made different decisions because my 20th platinum is embarrassing. But
Mm.
anyway, you can all look up yourselves and see. So
Mm.
I think it's then when I noticed, and that's when I was like, I know what my 50th platinum will be, and I
Mm.
worked towards a certain milestone. So that's when I noticed it. When did you notice them?
Yeah, for the longest time, I didn't care about any numbers. I just wanted to earn platinums. And then I found PlayStation profiles, and that was around 2019, I think. And I was at number 40. And that is a special milestone because that was The Long Dark, um, a game that means a lot to me. And yeah, after that 40 milestone, I was like, okay, 50 is a big number, the biggest number I could think of, and I wanted The Last of Us remastered. And I didn't know if I could do it, if I was able to, because of the multiplayer trophies. But I had this vision in my mind. I wanted that as my number 50. And so I committed. And back then, funny enough, people with 100 platinums were gods to me because I couldn't imagine myself having more than 50 platinums or something like that. 100 seems a lot. And now I'm on my way to 250, which is still crazy to me. And yeah, it was around number 40, I think. Um, you mentioned it, but I have to ask, how important are milestones for you? Do you care or yeah?
This is milestones is tricky. They're slightly important to me, but they're not the be all and end all. Like I don't. I think some people, as I do a lot of trophy list reviews,
Yeah.
and some people curate their PSN profile account very well,
Yeah.
but some of us, probably you and me, didn't have the privilege of knowing about it and then making an account and planning things. I just went in and suddenly I had a crap completion percentage. All my old PS3 games from 2011 were showing up. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
um, I think because of because everyone uses the website, and I love the website, and everyone has that side section. I think the gallery, I don't know what it's called, but anyway, that side section, I think you should do something for a milestone, and that milestone should be personal to you. You shouldn't have to pick like, you know, a famous difficult platinum or something like that. I think my milestones mean something to me relatively. And the thing I don't like about them is, and I had this with 100, is as you approach them, most of the time I have a good rhythm with trophy hunting. I will get a platinum and I'm on to the next one, on to the next one. I can bang them out if I get into a good rhythm. And that happened especially 0 to 100. I was just churning out platinums often. But when you approach one, you start second guessing. Maybe you approach a milestone and you don't want to play that game. You know, maybe you're a 99, for example, and your platinum was meant to be a famous RPG, but you're like, no, I'm in a first-person shooter mode. I'm playing loads of multiplayer. I want to do that, or maybe I want to play Spider-Man, for example, not the RPG. So then it gets tricky, and it can stall you getting platinums, and that's what I don't like about the milestones. So I guess the fact that I think about them and they stall me means that they are important to me, but like I said, there's no rules. You should just pick what games mean something to you. And I think that's the most important thing. That's what I've done with my milestones.
Yeah. I have a similar approach, and I feel the tension that comes with it. My opinion on this is, if you get a game that you are proud of, that means a lot, and that doubles the weight of the milestone. For example, number 50 is probably my favorite, or the first big one. And my 100th platinum was originally Final Fantasy X, but I wasn't there in the headspace, and I had to abandon the thought of it being number 100. And I picked a game that was challenging to me, so it means something to me that I overcame the challenge. It was Fall Guys. The infamous boosting session over 3 weekends with 60 people. So it has a lot of weight. It has a lot of weight, but it is not that personal, and that's what I kind of regret for this one. And so, yeah, I have a love-hate relationship. But when I look at my milestones, I think I did a good job with picking the games I enjoy, and they mean something. But the biggest one are 50, I think 175. That's when I finally managed to get Final Fantasy. And then, of course, 200 is a big milestone because Wolfenstein 2, and I did it live. That means so much to me, especially because the game means so much to me. And yeah, these three, 50, 75, 175, and 200 are the best milestones, the biggest milestones. They mean something to me. And all the others are just nice. And for example, I have Doom as 75. I have an Ubisoft game, Phoenix Rising.
Immortals, Phoenix Rising.
Immortals. Yeah, that's the game.
That's your 125.
Yeah, that. So they are good games. I had fun playing them. Doom has an awesome soundtrack, and I love Ubisoft games. So they mean something to me, but they are not as personal, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think my ones, I mean, my 75th was Horizon Zero Dawn. This was not planned. It just happened. That could have been any game. That just happened. I don't think I even knew 75 was a milestone. 50, 100, 125 I chose. And I curated it to a certain extent. And 150 and 200, I'll do the same. 175, I don't think I'll care too much. But 150 and 200, I already have ideas for. Yeah. And yeah, I think the 20th, 30th, 40th is a bit silly on the PSN profiles site, but
yeah, I have another thing I had going for a while, because I'm into trophy icons and I was obsessed with them at one point, and I tried to earn platinums that have cool platinum icons, and yeah, that was a thing. I think that's why I had Doom on the list, and yeah, that's something we will talk about later, about other forms of milestones. And to get back to our relationship, I started the Division 2 because I wanted that trophy miles, that platinum icon. That's why I started the game, and I eventually found you, and we played the game together. And it's still funny to me that I have now both trophy icons, and that is kind of a milestone, not a numbered milestone, but also a milestone, because I set that in my head, that image. I wanted these two on my profile, and now I have them, and that's funny.
Well, it brings up an interesting point. You can also have other milestones that aren't number related. Like you could
Yes,
have your first multiplayer
yeah.
platinum. You could have your first From Software platinum. You could have your first Call of Duty. Do you know what I mean?
Fair.
Like early this year, we both did Black Ops 6, and I already had a COD platinum, but that platinum is just a campaign only. You don't play multiplayer zombie trophies. So Black Ops 6 to me was my first big COD platinum, where I had to do zombies multiplayer, and it was like 150 hours. So
Yeah.
Black Ops 6 is a milestone. I have no idea what number it is. It's probably like 114 or something weird, but it's a milestone. So a milestone doesn't have to just be the number. It can also be what the game means to you on your platinum journey.
That's absolutely fair, and that way, my number 50 is also my first multiplayer related trophy, and that is what makes it so special, because I had to overcome that barrier in my head that multiplayer are not fun, and that was crazy to me. And since then, my mind has shifted to a more liberal approach on multiplayer trophies, and that was a milestone I wanted to have. So yeah, you're right. Overcoming a challenge in a game makes it kind of a milestone. I think Uncharted was my first ever game that I played on the hardest difficulty. Had never done anything like it before, and it was crushing difficulty. Oh my god, it was soul crushing. But yeah, that sticks out to me as a milestone. I don't know which number it is, but yeah, it is a milestone. So that's completely fair. What would you say is your proudest milestone? The one you value the most?
I think it's got to be number 50, which is Batman Arkham Knight, which I would put in my top 5 games of all time, personal favorite. It's also my first Arkham Platinum. Yeah, I think that one, because that was early on. I was like, I don't know, when I say early on, maybe in my platinum 20s or platinum 30s, I was like, 50 is going to be Arkham Knight. And I just love the game. So it's a milestone. It's one of my all-time favorite games. So
Yeah.
I'm probably proudest of that. You?
I'm honestly, jumping from one to another, 50 or 200, because both mean so much to me and have changed my life in many different ways. And so it's either The Last of Us Remastered or Wolfenstein 2. I mean, live on stream, doing something that difficult. And that's the thing with Milestone, right? If you set yourself, okay, this will be my 200th platinum, you can't play something else and earn a platinum, because that would make the other trophy, the other platinum, the milestone. And I was in a mental space that, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I thought about quitting the live streams and do it off screen, and the tension that came with it was immense. And when I finally did it, it was such a great experience. And I recently rewatched the VOD on my channel just for the funsies. And man, reading your chat comments and stuff like that, man, it was such a beautiful milestone. But then again, number 50 also. So if someone would put a gun to my head, I would say, I don't know, maybe The Last of Us, because it came before anything else. Yeah, I would say 50 also. And
It's tricky because you probably love Last of Us the game more than Wolfenstein 2. Am I correct?
I love the characters more, but
Yeah.
the game overall, I really fell in love with Wolfenstein, and I would do it all over again if there was a third stack. And it's crazy.
Is there no Asia stack? Is there like a Japan stack?
I don't know. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't. I'm a fan of honoring the early steps in a journey or on a journey. So if a gun would be pointed at my head, I would choose 50, and that disproved my theory. Viewers, let me know if that's true. I had a theory for this episode. I had the theory of number 100. Number 100 is the most important milestone for a trophy hunter, because that is such a huge number when you start out with trophy hunting, and number one, triple digits and stuff. But as we discussed this, yours is 50, mine is 50. So let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I would. I had your thinking. You would naturally think 100 is the most important, but then at the same time, how I gamed and what games I went for 0 to 100 isn't different to 100 to 200.
Yeah.
And I've really been enjoying my platinum hunting recently. So I don't know, maybe a person can grow and maybe their first 100 platinums were certain games or something, and now they start expanding, and 200 could be more important, or 150. So it depends. It depends on your journey, you know?
Yeah, and there's different steps, right? There's a beginning, and that's magical because you step into a new world, and then you get better. You approach more games that you think are too hard. Then there is the race to number 100. I think every one of us had some kind of race to 100 in a way.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Yeah, that's one piece of advice I give to viewers under 100. Don't race to 100.
Yeah.
Don't just
Yeah.
don't just grab some easy games and just get the numbers up. I made this mistake in the 80s. 80 to 90, I got like 4 or 5 platinums. I'm like, this is so crap. I fixed it on 90 though. My run from 90 onwards is really amazing.
Same.
I'm
That's
so proud
important.
of that grouping. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But 80s, I was making mistakes. I was like, get to 100, get to 100. Like, it's just, don't rush it.
Yeah, I agree with that. My next question is, have you ever generated a mosaic, a platinum icon mosaic?
Yeah, I used to do this a lot. I guess for people who don't know, mainly on Reddit, I'd say. On Reddit, there's links, I think there's 2 links to 2 different mosaic creators, and what it does is it just makes the mosaic of the logos of your platinums, and you can edit it, so you can have the name of the game underneath. You can pick the game icon or the platinum icon. You can number it so everyone can see what number platinum you got where. You can put dates. You can change the color of the background. I think I'm not on Reddit trophies as much anymore. In fact, I'm not on it really. But in the beginning I was, and I would post a mosaic like I think I did it at 50 when I got Arkham Knight. I was a bit embarrassed too in the early bit, because I was like, there were people with like 150 platinums, their mosaic. And I was like, who am I with 36 platinums? So I waited to like 50.
Yeah.
But it's a nice thing because you can also then, I think, take it on your phone and then you can post it to like your social media. So you could do on Instagram, Facebook, etc., or like your YouTube community posts. So I have generated mosaic, but not in a long time. I'm not sure I will again, to be honest.
Okay.
Those Reddit days are past me.
Yeah, I was obsessed with this, especially around 100. Every 10 by 10, 11 by 11, 12 by 12, I would post one, and then I came to 200, and the generator I used broke for me, so it wouldn't generate the correct icons. And so for the longest time, I had no working generator. I recently have found myplaystats.com, which is another site just like PSN Profiles. It's smaller and just in the beginning, but the generator works, and I will use it more often now that I have one working. Because I was so obsessed with the platinum icons, and I would arrange them and filter by number and by year, and make separate mosaics for 20, 25, and 24, and 23, and just to see my progress in different ways. And the old one had an option where you could filter or sort the icons by year. And that was cool to see, because in the beginning I had like 2 platinums a year, and then it was 10, and at one point it was 63. I think 63 was the most platinums I got in a year. And now it's, I think, 14 or 15 platinums. So to see which year was the best year in terms of number, and then the best year in terms of quality. And so it shows different aspects of my journey in a way that makes me happy, and I use it not as much as you, but I think I use it less because it is not as convenient. The old one was very enter your PSN ID, click, and then it always generated the mosaic. And now you have to update your profile on myplaystats.com. It takes a while. It's not instant. And so it's not as convenient, but it's there.
I'm having a look at their website as a side note. It's really interesting. You can get a summary or a mosaic, and I quickly got a summary, and all the stats match up with PSN profiles, except the completion percentage is lower on my player stats. That's interesting.
Okay.
So
maybe it's not as accurate, because on PSN Profile you can update the profile immediately, I think, if you pay for it.
If you have a paid...
I have a paid account. I can update it whenever, and it takes a while on myplaystats.com.
Okay.
So it might be not as accurate. Okay. Then what's the next question? Oh, yeah. Dear viewers, let us know, how do you pick a milestone game? Because that's what we are discussing next. Jahanzeb, how do you pick your milestone games? What are the criterias?
Okay. It has to be a minimum 7 out of 10 difficulty, minimum 60 hours. It needs 8 missable trophies. This is... So my criteria has evolved over time, actually. So Arkham Knight was just what I said, one of my favorite games of all time. I wanted to pick it. What I do now, and I just did a milestone literally yesterday, is I'm looking at game series I love, and they belong in a milestone. And it doesn't matter which game it is, but a game from that series. So now, for example, having gone past 100, I didn't have a Call of Duty milestone game, and that's one of my favorite series. So that needed to be fixed. I don't have a Resident Evil milestone, which is kind of stupid, really. But again, I don't know. I just don't. So that will be fixed. So that's how I... 50 was one of my all-time favorite games, and I wanted the Arkham game. So for 125 the other day, I wanted a COD game, and I have, like, as usual, 3 Call of Duty Platinums on the go at the same time. Originally, it was going to be Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is a huge grind, and we're, like, in the end of year, Christmas season. I just don't want, like, an 80-hour grind. I want to kind of play loads of different games. So I went back and platinum Modern Warfare Remastered. So I got my COD milestone, which I'm really happy about. 100 was stressful, and 100 happened organically. So when I was approaching 100, I was really like quite stressy, and I kind of wanted it to be Red Dead 2, but at that moment in time in life and just gaming, I was like, I don't have the remaining 100, possibly 200 hours in me to do all the animals, to do all the mission gold medals, and to do other miscellaneous trophies. I missed a missable, so I had to do. I won't say it wasn't a playthrough. I had to do 25% playthrough of the game, which, because it's such a big game, a 25% playthrough of Red Dead 2 is like another game for another
Yeah.
person. It's because it's such a long game. So I had a lot to do, and I was like, this would just stop me gaming other games. Because, like you said, you can't earn other platinums, right?
Yeah.
You could get to the end and leave one trophy, but I don't have that discipline. I just do not have that in me.
Yeah.
If there's a platinum to pop, we need to pop the platinum. So when I was on 99, I was a bit stressed. I was a bit annoyed, and then I had, at this point, when was this? This was last year. So I think 6 months earlier, God of War Ragnarok had released, and I had a copy, and everyone I spoke to in my friendship group and at work and in the community were like, this game is 10 out of 10. This game is just outstanding. So I was like, let's forget the 100th platinum. Let's just have fun and play God of War Ragnarok. Because having so far failed on 2018 God of War, I went into Ragnarok thinking, well, I'm definitely not getting this platinum because I can't fight these Valkyries. So I just went in and played it. And I really got into it, really got into all the gear levels and RPG. Because I was like, I'm going to take this very seriously. I'm going to really try my best to try and complete this game. And so that actually became a natural 100th platinum. And I was quite happy with it because it's one of my favorite gaming experiences on the PS5. Like I thought it was an outstanding game. I'm not a God of War super fan, like for example yourself. I sort of never played the originals, for example. So, but I'm happy that it was. I'm kind of happy that it was a PlayStation exclusive. That was my 100th platinum as well, because platinum is a PlayStation thing. I'm a PlayStation fanboy. I only play PlayStation, so this wasn't planned. But I'm kind of happy that it was a PlayStation iconic exclusive game.
Yeah, that's
But
beautiful.
it happened naturally, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, I thought about this a lot, and I think my most important criteria for a milestone is the game means something to me.
Yeah.
And it happened with 50, it happened with 175 and 200. The other ones were good enough, I think, because I liked something about the game, the music in Doom, or the open world in the Ubisoft game. If it's not emotional, I try to challenge myself with something to make it special in that regard. And yeah, we discussed this earlier. It puts a certain pressure on you and your journey, on your play style, that doesn't work out. And that's what I fear. That's why I'm still undecided which game should be my next milestone. And usually I go up to that milestone and play whatever, and then I see, okay, which is in range, what would be a good thing. And I mean, it took me 75 platinums to get the milestone I wanted for 100, right? So only then I was in the mindset of, okay, I'm committing to this game. I'm doing all the challenges, the that have to do with random stuff, or do the endless grind, the hours and hours and hours of grind that are required. And I did it. I only got it as 175 because I left one trophy that I knew I could do relatively quickly, and I played shorter games, shorter experience I wanted to play, but the focus was 175. And yeah, I wanted to have this milestone in that place. So that's definitely a strategy to leave one trophy for the platinum and then pop it when you're ready to have the milestone.
I might do that with a certain game actually. Because I've got a good rough idea of 150 and 200. And 150, if I the problem with the 150 game is there's also another challenge I want to do with this game. That's very
Mm-hmm.
important to me, so I'd
Mm-hmm.
have to do this together.
Mm-hmm.
It'd even probably be a video on its own as well. So 150, I have a good idea, but it's something I have to practice for. I have to really,
Ooh.
yeah. But if I choose to do it, and then 200 is it right now. What I think 200 could be is a grindy game. So I could probably work on it in the
Mm-hmm.
background and then just have
Yeah.
this one trophy ready. But then that's
Yeah.
a lot of discipline because it's annoying.
Yeah. Um, I've said this before. I'm not that competitive, but all around me are people starting to work on their backlog, and I'm like, I feel bullied by this hobby and everyone else, and because my brain is like, nah. We play 2 more games and earn 1 or 2 trophies, and then you find the game you are interested in, and you click, and I'm like, what the? And so I started a challenge. Actually, yesterday I want to earn 150 trophies till the end of the year. That is roughly 2 weeks. So I don't know how I do it. I will do it, but
Isn't that like 10 trophies a day?
yeah, basically eight point
Ooh.
something trophies. But next week I have work. It's not as stressful, but it's work, and then I have 1 week to do the major earning, and I have a punishment in mind. If I don't get the challenge, then I will do a punishment, which is then good for the viewer. So the viewer wins anyway.
Yeah.
I maybe I succeed or I get punished with something funny for them to watch. So that's the way how, I can trick my brain into working on the backlog and not starting 1,000 new games, because it's so frustrating. I earn a platinum, I'm fully earning mode, and then my brain is like, and what should we do next? Oh, let's try this game, earn a trophy, and every time you start a new game and earn 1 trophy, the percentage goes down.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
I do that 2 or 3 times, and then my brain finds a game which I commit to, and then I'm working slowly up to that completion percentage I was 3 games ago, and that's so frustrating to never make progress or enough progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my situation on that. Yeah. Where are we? How do we pick milestone games? So it has to mean something, or it has to be challenging. And the challenging ones are tricky because they put a pressure on us. Yeah, and that can ruin a milestone, because, or you have to postpone it in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Then, is there anything else about milestones? We have trophy mosaics. We have. What were the questions? Let me scroll up real quick. So we have. Do we care? Yes, we kind of care. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing I wanted to say. The best thing is when you get the milestone you want, and then 2 years later you look at your list and you see that milestone, and you get that rush, that proud
Yeah.
rush, and the
Yeah.
dopamine hit. Yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
That's when the magic happens and the satisfaction comes. So it is worth it, but it might be not an immediate rush of endorphins, but it will pay off. The proudest trophy milestones, upcoming milestones. We have discussed this, right?
Yeah.
You have a rough idea. I don't have one yet. my next will be a softer milestone with 225.
Okay.
I think that's a 15 by 15 mosaic and also a quarter of 300, so that will be a milestone. And then of course 350 is the next big. So I really care for or about the 50th milestone, 100, 150, 200,
Yeah, these
250.
25s, I'm not fussed about these 25s,
Yeah.
these cheeky little 175 and 225. Yeah. I'll still pick a game from a series that I want there, so it's on the
Yeah.
list. I'll
Yeah.
do that. So for 175, I'll pick whatever great series I love that isn't there,
Yeah.
you know. But it's the one that ends with 0 that I think means the most. 250, 200, 300, etc.
Yeah, I think.
One day, by the way, one day
Yeah.
we'll be deciding what our 1000th platinum is. Think about that.
I thought about this. I have that feeling. I've been thinking about this a lot recently, about the feeling. When I started out, 100 platinums were the biggest accomplishment I could think of. Now I'm approaching 250 and 300, but it isn't the same anymore. It doesn't have the magic from the first 100, I think. And so I'm not sure, because I slowed down this year. We will discuss this in our review 2025 trophy hunting year episode in January. Something has changed, and I'm not sure if I ever will get to 1,000. That would be insane. And even 300 seems a lot again, because I make progress so slowly. Usually I would earn a quarter of 100 in a year. So in 4 years, I would reach the next big milestone.
Yeah.
But I don't think that will be the case. It will take a lot longer, because I pick my games more carefully and curate them a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right that the thought of 1,000, man,
Or maybe 500. Let's forget 1,000. 500. That would be huge. That would have to be a
Yeah.
humongous game.
The only
That would
one I
be-
can think for. Yeah, what is it called? The Crypt of the Necrodancer or something. The
No,
biggest
see,
game.
by the time I get to 500, we'll be on the PS7, and there'll be another Last of Us 1 remaster for the PS7. So I could do that.
Ooh. Yeah.
It'll be like the fifth remaster of The Last of Us. The Last
Yeah.
of Us 1 in 8K.
Yeah, I need one for 350, 250, because 50 was Last of Us Remastered. 150 was the remake, part 1. And so I need for 250.
No way! That's so funny.
I mirrored that to pay
That's
an
so
homage.
funny. Imagine they do a PS6 remaster. It'll be perfect for you. It'll be
Yeah.
perfect. They won't, but
Yeah.
that's so funny.
Yeah, so do you have anything else about milestones you want to say, or should we
No,
proceed?
I guess basically we care, but we act like we don't care to be cool.
Yeah.
And I think just everyone listening and watching, don't stress about it. And there are different approaches. Pick a game that you love. Pick a game from your favorite series. Pick something personal to you, not how it looks to other people, because it's your profile, it's your journey.
Yeah. Don't rush it.
Don't rush it. That's big point.
Okay. What have we played since the last episode? Jahanzeb, what have you been playing?
Oh my god, what haven't I played? Because I'm on this completion percentage program, which is, it's kind of nice. It gives you structure. It's like, here are 40 games. You can only play these because they will increase your completion percentage. So you could just jump around, you know, it kind of gives you structure.
Yeah.
Like I'm in a sandbox with like these toys. And I can only play with these toys. You feel very structured. So I think since the last ep in November, I've had a good little platinum run. I've had 3 platinums this month. So I did
Wow.
Borderlands 3, I got 100%, 6 DLCs. Oh my God, over 100 hours. It just turned into a grind.
Wow.
Advanced Warfare, which is an ultra rare platinum. I don't know why. It's a very easy platinum. Very, very good COD game. Good campaign. 100%ed that. The DLCs were probably the toughest DLCs I've done so far. I think I boosted with overall probably 6, 7 different people from all over the world. Like, it was just insane. Like, just playing with so many different strangers to try and boost these zombie trophies.
Wow.
I did Modern Warfare Remastered as my 125th the other day. And now I'm playing Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. I'm playing a bit of Black Ops 6 PS5 because it's on our trophy list as a DLC. So I'm just cleaning that up. And what else? I was playing Ghost Recon with someone, but they've sped along.
Because
I was meant to do it co-op, but suddenly someone has like 60% of the platinum nearly done.
Because I saw the person and the person was playing Borderlands and I didn't want to interrupt the person getting the Borderlands. So, and I haven't played the story much. So we
I'm
still
joking. I'm joking, but no, that I got to do that. But I've got some time off this period, so I want to get into a lot of games. I want to try maybe. I thought Miles Morales would be a nice Spider-Man. Miles Morales would be a nice Christmas platinum.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's that game that you and I bought 2 years ago that starts with A. Avatar.
Aha. Oh yeah.
They've released the third person mode. They've releasing the DLC with this film released this week. I think the film comes out. So
something like that.
I might try and get back into Avatar. So yeah, playing a bit of everything jumping around, just enjoying it. What about you, sir?
I haven't played as much. It's relatively tame compared to your journey. I finished the casting of Frank Stone, which is the newest installment in the Supermassive series, Choose Your Own Adventure, and the game was okay. It wasn't what I was expecting. I have no idea what the Dead by Daylight franchise is, and I know a little bit there's generators and you have to escape from the killer. I know that, but I didn't know about any of the lore, and so the game was confusing at first, but somehow I pushed through, finished it, and my second playthrough was actually more enjoyable because I knew what was going on, and I could a little bit more I knew more about the game. But there's one trophy, and I will make a video about the worst trophies of 2025, and the trophy in this game is contender for worst trophy of the year. It shows the feature where you can see every node, every decision that has been made is the cutting room floor, I think, and you have to unlock every node, every decision basically, and the grind to unlock that was insane. At one point, the game crashed and deleted my progress of 3 playthroughs, so I had to start from basically scratch and play through the game again. Overall, I have played through the game 4, 5, 6 times, and then a lot of repetition because you have to unlock every ending with every character dead and alive, and that I think you have 5 playable characters, and all the variations of who is alive and who dies was so draining. And eventually I pushed through, so that is done, but it's not a game I recommend. And then I played some DLC, The Long Dark, which has a wonderful update with new features, new maps and everything, and I finally got to it. The trophies are ultra rare and super difficult to earn, or let's say they take a lot of time to earn. The problem with that is that the performance of the PS4 version on my PS5 is terrible, and I think it's a bug or something, because the game crashes a lot when I transition between scenes. So, for example, I go in to a building, I enter a building, and there is a loading screen between outside and inside. And there was a time when 95% of the time the game crashed. It was basically unplayable, so I had to abandon the game again, and I hope to play the DLC on my PS4, so the PS4 version runs better on the PS4. Maybe that's something I will try, because I would love to finish the trophy list. I think it would be my magnum opus. I think completing this DLC list would be 0.03%. It's ultra rare.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I played that, and then I found Ghost Recon. Yeah, we played a little bit, and I think that could be my next platinum. I don't know, because there is trophies that are grindy, and I'm fine with that. But there are also two grindy skill-based trophies. Kill 2 enemies with headshots within 3
seconds, 200 meters away.
Yeah, with headshots. Yeah. I'm like, how am I supposed to do this?
We need to get a really good upgraded sniper rifle with a good zoom.
Yeah, good zoom. I think the good zoom will be key to this. And the challenge will dictate my playstyle for this month. I think I will jump around as much as I can to earn the easiest trophies, because otherwise I won't get the numbers. If I commit to grindy trophies, I might get 1 or 2 trophies, but I want to jump around. I want to install or set up my PS3 again. So it will be a wild, wild west of trophy hunting for me in December. Yeah. That has been done since the last episode. Have we any news to discuss?
Well, we got a bit of news. They had the Game Awards
I saw that
last week. So as predicted and so obvious, Clear Obscure Expedition 33 won. I think it's record breaking. It won the most awards.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. This game's gone over my head. I'm not into turn-based games, but it gets great reviews and everyone loves it. They revealed a lot of trailers at Game Awards. I stayed up to watch it because Resident Evil was being shown there, and we all knew what was going to happen. So they did the 3rd Resident Evil trailer, and it revealed Leon Kennedy is in the new game.
Nice.
And then since then they've done interviews. So you'll play as Grace and Leon.
Okay.
Grace's sections will be survival horror, like RE2, RE7 vibes, low ammo, very scary. She's very scared. And then Leon's sections are action, RE4 style. So they've done this deliberately. So you'll have like one chapter is just frightening and you're going around with her exploring things, and then his chapter comes in and is kick-ass crazy, then back to her.
Okay, nice.
It's a great trailer. I highly recommend people watch it. It shows Leon gameplay. I won't lie, it looks good. I was already sold on this game. I've already pre-ordered it, but now I'm just even more excited. So, because he's one of my favorite gaming characters. There's that. They rebooted Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I watched the trailer. Yeah,
they came back strong. So not only one game, we got 2 games coming out. So 2 games. 2026. I think this has got lost on people because if the headline doesn't make it clear. So next year, 2026, is Tomb Raider Legend of Atlantis, which is the remake of the original Tomb Raider, which I never played, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And then 2027 is the brand new game, Catalyst.
Okay, I only watched the trailer for the Legend of Atlantis, the Atlantis trailer. Yeah. I didn't watch the Game Awards. I watched a couple of trailers. I definitely watched the Tomb Raider remake trailer, and it looked fantastic. And if it's the remake, yeah, I probably will play that because I love these remakes of old classics because they
Yeah, I
help
like
us
it.
get into the series again. And
Yeah, I like it. A lot of people are anti remakes. I quite like it,
yeah,
especially when it's a game from like '98 or whenever the first
hmm
Tomb Raider came out. So yeah, Tomb Raider next year is going to be huge. I think just next year is going to be
yeah,
crazy because
I had that feeling.
release dates are out now. So there's like a run of just every month, one even two potential bangers are coming out. So. Um, they also showed, I think it's called Exodus, the sci-fi game. Matthew McConaughey is in that, not as the main character. It looks pretty cool. It looks like a Mass Effect type game. It looks very epic.
I need to watch the trailer. I haven't seen the
That
title.
looks that
Okay.
looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And what else was shown? I feel like there's probably something obvious. There are other games that
Yeah. I
probably for
think
other people are more important, but
yeah, the most standout to me. So I watched a couple of trailers as they were uploaded on separate channels, and I watched Soul Shogunate. It was some kind of fast-paced mecha samurai katana action in space, so it looked very fresh to me. I will keep an eye on that. Maybe a bit much, but yeah, it's something different from all the games from past years, I think.
But like next year, right now, it's for example, Resident Evil in February, the Bond game in March, which will be huge. Pragmata, which is the sci-fi Capcom game. Saros is in April. Those two are in April, so we get two big sci-fi games in April. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight is in May. We got Phantom Blade Zero, which is that PS exclusive. That looks really cool. That's in September. Wolverine is out end of next year.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because when they showed Wolverine at the State of Play PlayStation, they said coming fall 2026. No dates, but basically September onwards we're getting Wolverine.
Sure, because I think GTA releases at the end
GTA
of the
releases
year.
in November, but
Yeah.
I feel like Wolverine has enough. I mean, if it launched the same month, it'd be probably stupid. But if it's like 2 months before, I don't think it's a
Yeah,
problem
before is fine. Yeah.
because it will appeal to the Marvel superhero gaming fans and it will appeal to the PlayStation exclusive community because it's both of those things. And it's Wolverine. I think he's very popular. And then yeah, GTA 6 and don't know what else, but it's a stacked year next year.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's yeah, I don't know what to do.
Saving money.
Yeah, because I haven't bought a new game in ages. I've been very good. I'm changing that this week. I'm getting a new game because it's on a very good sale. But next year I'll just pick which ones. Because for example, the Bond one I won't get straight away because I'll be deep in Resident Evil and I'm still not fully sold on it. So I'm just happy I'm getting a new Resident Evil game with Leon Kennedy. So. I'm my next year. I've already got my game of the year next year.
I get that.
Yeah, it's wrapped up for me.
A question I have. So it's third person then, or
Both.
is it first?
You
person?
choose. No, you choose. They have made the game. This is the slick thing. Remember, Resident Evil 7 and 8 went first person, and
Yep.
then Resident Evil 8 Village had a DLC came and it turned it to third person. It wasn't the smoothest, but it was good. This game, they've said you choose first person or third person, and with Village, you had to go back to the main menu and change and load back into your game. In this game, you can just press pause and change there and then, and it changes. But I'll eventually try a first person, but with the third person, with Grace, one thing they've done, and they've done it really well, they show it in the demo, is if you're running with her and stuff, and she's running from a monster or a zombie, she stumbles, and like, so she'll like if there's a trolley there, she'll bang into the trolley and then move it and keep running. And it doesn't affect your running or anything, but it's to make you feel immersed and how scared she is. So I want to see all that. You won't see that in first person.
Yeah, yeah. I prefer third person, I guess.
Yeah.
But and that your hype for Resident Evil 9 makes me want to play Resident Evil 8 before Resident Evil 9 comes out. To be honest,
that's the thing, because I'm doing the completion percentage. I only have one game from. I have Resident Evil Revelations on my list that I need to complete, because I don't want to start a brand new game and get trophies on my account. But I do want to play some Resident Evil in the build up to 9. But the good thing is, you don't have to play 8. In fact, I don't think 8 will connect to 9 at all. If anything, you're better off playing 2 or 4.
Yeah, okay.
But 8, I do recommend you play it, Village. Village is so good.
Yeah.
And it's a challenging platinum.
Maybe it will be a game for January or something.
It's good because it's set in like snowy winter type vibes. It'll be nice.
Oh, maybe I fail the challenge I have set myself and play just Resident Evil. Could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Lots of news. Yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to 2026 a lot more than to 2025, actually. And yeah, let's see how gaming improves in terms of gaming and all the games that are released. Okay. And the final thing is the questions. So we have 2. One is from our best buddy Get Shanked, right? And he asked, what would you rather have? All Xbox exclusive games ported to PlayStation with trophy support, or all Nintendo exclusive games ported to PlayStation with trophy support? And I think that's an easy choice, right? Hands up. What do you think?
It's a great question, but it is for me easy. I'm biased because I grew up with a Nintendo, so my answer is Nintendo. Same. I grew up with Nintendo, and I also think some Xbox and PlayStation games can be slightly similar-ish. Like they'll have their own exclusive RPG. We have our own exclusive RPG. They have an exclusive sci-fi. Whereas Nintendo is quite distinct and unique, and I can't think of anything that's like Legend of Zelda on the PlayStation. Maybe I'm wrong, but I can't think of anything that matches Legend of Zelda. Astro Bot is kind of trying to be PlayStation Super Mario, but it's different. I love Astro Bot, but it's not Super Mario, so I'd go with Nintendo.
Yeah, me too. And I have almost no connection to Xbox. I would love one game to have trophy support and be on PlayStation, and that's Ori and the Blind Forest. That's the only game I want from the Xbox game catalog, because that game is so beautiful and it has some challenging achievements. I think one is a no death run and one is a speed run in under 3 hours. And I have done the speed run a couple of years ago on my Xbox One, but I haven't done the no death run, and that would be a fun challenge to do. So yeah, and I grew up with Nintendo. I didn't own any Nintendo consoles myself, but all my friends or the people I went to school with had Nintendo consoles, and yeah, I mean, Super Mario 64, Super Mario World, The Legend of Zelda, Pokemon, all of these games.
Unbelievable.
On PlayStation with trophy support. Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, 100%. It'd be crazy. And those were technically my first platinums. My N64, if the N64 had trophies, I would have had platinums as like a 10-year-old, because I 100%ed all those games. I was obsessed. Yeah. Good question, though.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, and then we have another question from Jules, and he asks, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you guys think the replayability rate of a game is? I know this depends on the game, but just an average. Also, how do trophies affect the replayability?
Very good question. Tricky to answer. So I guess we'll go 1 is no replayability, 10 is lots of replayability, just to make that easy.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say, and Jules has helped with his last bit of the question, how do trophies affect the replayability? I think getting the platinum in a game makes don't use the word ruins, but it lowers the replayability. So for me, when I've platinumed a game, most of the time, if the developer did a good trophy list, I've seen everything in the game. I've done most of the challenges. So for me, I walk away and I know it well. And I remember what I had to go through to get the platinum. So I don't need to play it again. But the games where there is... when a game has a good rate of replayability, I'd put it high. I'd say it's 9 or 10. Like... I'll happily jump into the Division because the gameplay loop is just fun. I just can't explain it. Hide behind a wall and peek out and shoot 10 million enemies and level up. My favorite game of all time is 10 out of 10 replayability, Resident Evil 4, because you can play it in different ways.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. I agree. Trophies sometimes shut off the replayability, but then again, the games that do have great gameplay, they ascend the trophies. For example, Bloodborne, or in general the From Software games. I have played Bloodborne a couple of times over the years, just for funsies, and I used to be very strict and only value story and characters in games, and that was the thing. For example, The Last of Us, I love the characters, and I'd say I would play that game again because the gameplay is good enough, but I love the characters so much and the story. But over the years, I shifted towards gameplay. Gameplay is everything. If the gameplay loop is fun, then the game has replayability. For example, Bloodborne, The Witness is one game that I play, although I have all trophies. The Last of Us, yeah. But I'd say Bloodborne would be my number one pick. Because you can play different builds, different weapons, different stats, level a character in different ways. But yeah, that's my answer. The gameplay is most important for replayability. The name says it's gameplay. And yeah, trophies. I mean, I still come back to that idea you had once, the ghost mode trophy.
Ghost
trophy mode.
Yeah. Why don't they do it? I just don't know. Like, I would love to do certain platinums again. Like,
yeah.
And the icon can come up and it's just faded like a ghost. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't have this option on the PS5.
It's a nice reminder that you have done the requirements for this action, right? For example, collect all weapons. And okay, now I have everything.
Because now, when I'm like playing, and to be fair, I've not played Resident Evil 4 since August, so you all should be proud of me. But when I do play it, I'll be like in my head, I'm like, ping, I got that trophy because I just did the thing that I know gets that trophy. But it would just be nice. Like, I wish they'd do that.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I miss trophies, but I also think we should care less about trophies. And I have enjoyed my time this year with games a lot more because I played the games actually and not just focused on trophies, using guides, running from one trophy to another, having a blind playthrough as the first playthrough is really, really good choice.
Healthy approach.
A very healthy approach, yeah. It takes longer to platinum a game.
Yeah, but you do it properly. You have fun.
Yeah. At times I felt like a kid experience a game for the first time in a magical way, and yeah, I think that's
a good approach.
Yeah. Okay, that is the questions for today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. tell us about your proudest milestones. How do you approach picking your favorite games as milestones? Is it challenging or more emotional driven? Yeah. Is there anything else?
No, I agree. Please list your milestones in the comments. Send in your questions. We really appreciate them. We had 2 excellent questions today, as always. Yeah, and let us know what your next milestone is and what you're planning.
Yeah. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe if you watched until this point. That means you love the content, right? Like the video, comment. Yeah, that helps a lot. And we love reading your comments. That's the best part of the podcast, actually.
Yeah.
Connecting with you guys. And the last thing I would say is keep an eye out for the next episode, which will release much earlier than expected. This one is a bit late, but the next one will be sooner than expected, and it will be. Should we tease it or should we not? The next episode, or should it be a surprise?
You can tease it. You can tease it. You can tease it.
Yeah. Okay. We spoke a lot about one particular thing, a console, and we want to review the device. Is it a good console? Who knows? Keep an eye out in the next 2 weeks, maybe next 3 weeks. Keep an eye out for that. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and we see you in the next episode.
Thank you, guys. Take it easy.
Bye.